Hello there to Professor Matthew and my fellow classmate Jeff here with the final presentation. The importance of soul care for criminal justice professionals. I will say this is one of my best classes and really have learned so much, and I'm really excited, and let's dive into it. In this presentation, it's a reflection about the importance of soul based on course materials, scripture, and my experience. I based my presentation on 5 components of life. Also, the discussion shows the importance of soul care for criminal justice professionals in these components. Let's dive into it. We'll start with the component of life. We have a physical, we have steward, we have relation, then we have vocational, and then we end up with emotional. What is soul care? This seems an easy question or an easy task for defining what a soul care is, but it's quite complex. Stephen Smith explained that it is a journey and work in his book of soul discovery, accepting the good and the bad, and the beautiful, the ugly, of our improving or rectifying all aspects of our lives. He also speaks about it involves taking care of all the components of our lives and ensuring they are in a healthy rhythm. And later, in this book, these few things that he touches on, they are things that really, once you dive into it and look critically, it open up your mind and put you in another lane where you really have to identify these things one by one. And I think that, to me, that it's one of the things that really made me like this class more. That is, it's opening your life section that really you never knew they existed. Soul care and physical life. This physical body is the housing and the frame of the soul. In the 1 Corinthians 6:19, it emphasizes this point when it says that our bodies are the temples of the Holy Spirit. The physical body shows what is going in all other components of our lives through the smiles, cheerfulness, energy, and when things are going well. You also have things like anger, scars when things have gone wrong. It's interesting how he mentioned these things that we really don't even pay attention, but it's from what is within us that will come out. And I think those are things that sometimes physical expression that we take for granted, but they mean so much because they reflect what's going inside. And I thought that was a very, very interesting approach per book. Soul care and physical life. Most law enforcement work takes a toll on the physical body. Thus, the need to take care of our physical fitness is emphasized. And here, the law enforcement also deal with violence and aggressive people in the community that's affecting their physical features. So we have seen ourselves when the police officer, the law enforcement, they confront violent individuals who even sometimes they have to wrestle them down. That it does take a toll on the body. The law enforcers may be shot, thus long life scars. They may be injured, and this is which will evoke memories which will need a soul care. And these are some of the trauma that they go through in life, and they can be very, very, very challenging. And these are things they will live to remember as they go this wood. When we go to soul care and physical life, the body also experiences fatigue, which weighs down on soul. Thus, need soul care as teaches us to avoid a burnout. We have gone through this in the book, where we have, even in our daily work, normal work that even is not very stressful, but still the body will burn out. The soul care also teaches us how to be beat the burnout and develop resilience during hard times. We have to position ourselves and kind of build a system that will always help us focus. It also teaches us the importance of rest and retreat and how to achieve this even demanding jobs as law enforcement. And even in the Bible, we know even Jesus Christ, when he was the disciples, he went to the mountain to rest and take a rest. So rest is very, 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 very important. The law enforcement may be short at task, long life success. Again, we mentioned this point before, but this will evoke memories which will erode the soul, and so that's the soul need the care, because those are things that will keep reoccurring in their mind, and they will have to deal with them, because these are things they will see throughout their life, and whether they try to avoid, they'll still continue coming. And the other part of getting rest, like in the book where the author has made this a retreat place where people can go and rejuvenate and go and refill. And this is something we, even in our regular job, those who don't even have too much stress in job, we do take vacation. I think that's really very important, because it's a rejuvenating time. Like any other thing, even the car, the vehicle, the services needed. So that is how we need to focus this in our life. Soul care and emotional life. On this topic, soul care helps us manage our emotion, which may erode our soul, such as anger and bitterness. In Proverbs 17:22 tells us that be cheerful, heart is good medicine. That when you're happy, it's good medicine. Where a crushed spirit dries up the bone, showing the importance of emotional health. And again, here is where we being happy, cheerful, it will help the soul. In Matthew 23:26 also, it talks about the need of clean up cup from inside, showing the importance of having a healthy emotional life, which is objective to the soul care. Again, this is where we have to take care of the inner body and outside body. And about the cup, again, it's very hard to clean a cup only on the outside, or it's only hard to clean the cup on the inside. And sometimes even in life, we that analogy is very, very practical, very real. But when you go to wash, even when you're washing a cup, it's very hard to wash the cup inside and not wash the outside. So I don't know why sometimes I guess we forget that, but I think to me that it's really a good example of what we should be doing in our life. Be able to make sure the physical outside is good, and also the inner side is also good. Soul care and emotional life. Law enforcement professionals faced with tough emotional situation throughout their work, and care not expected to show emotional weakness. In their line of duty, even in the army, even those who go to war, that macho boldness is what the society calls for, and most of the time not giving room for that, in a part of showing emotion. And I think that is not the right way. There should be, even people should be given time to express themselves. Law enforcement mainly taught how to use tools such as guns, but not how to deal with emotion in their work. That's need of soul care. Again, these are some of things, though they mention them, that they tell them, sometimes they give them counselor, but they have to be more than a counselor, because even if you go counseling, it's only one time, but this is an ongoing on, because you cannot be able to be having a counselor every day. So you're going to have that mechanism of yourself, building it within you as a system or a rhythm, where you have to keep refueling enthusiasm. Like the previous week you had said about drinking from the cup of enthusiasm. You have to keep yourself pumped up and spiritually strong to be able to deal on a daily basis. Soul care will help law enforcement to move over emotive cases which are traumatic and such. They involve a lot of killing, a lot of rape, and other things that are traumatizing. And so this is an ongoing a drainer every day, because every day is different and every day they see different things, though they may even see the same thing, but maybe the environment and the context of that particular incident, it may be totally different, because maybe the people involved could be young people, could be family, could be whole family where, you know, there's tragedy. So every situation is different. Like we had said in the previous time, you can never be prepared, because every situation is different. There are parties involved, there are people involved. You are a human being, you are father, you are mother, you are brother, your sister, you have young kids. So these things hit home, so you can never be prepared. So you have to build yourself or daily dose or daily rhythm that will keep you moving. So care in relation to life. Law enforcement professionals have had time to cultivate healthy relationship due to have perception of society with them being viewed suspiciously. And again, here is where, you know, the law enforcement, they are taken in a different way. People approach them different, and even they forget they are human being and who need help and who need you know, time to mourn, even sometimes to grieve. So they have to be very, very careful, and it puts a lot of pressure on them. So care will help law enforcement build a healthy relationship in the community, as teaches us how to identify real friends who we can rely on, and how to reciprocate their friendly gesture. Again, you know, it helps when they can be able to build those friends in the family, in the society, because everybody looking them as suspicious, and they don't trust. So when they have that nature of friend, or they can trust, it could be very, 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 very helpful. But it's something that they need to do. So care and vocational life. The law enforcement can turn to be toxic, especially with a rogue priest not interested in justice. So care will help law enforcement professionals to see their work as calling and not as a duty which they are required to perform. And in here also we have so care will help law enforcement take up their roles more cheerfully, thus serve better and avoid trauma and stress which is associated with cases they face on a daily basis. The soul care will also help professionals, and also it will help bring satisfaction and fulfillment. Again, like we look here, because of what happened within the course, within the force, and we have some officers who, you know, who are not able to align themselves and take their duty as a calling, and become challenging to others who are doing their job the right way. So it becomes very challenging and become a very tough balancing act. So care and stewardship, the ability to manage our lives in a challenging task, and how to steer our lives living within the will of God. We're faced with all this demand of secular world. Again, to balancing this is, again, we keep coming to balancing everything. The soul care will help us to steer our lives by understanding what is important. The soul care will also help the law enforcement steward lives, people they serve, going forward in a call of duty. Again, when they do it as a calling, they enjoy it, and they know their mission is to help those they are interacting with and they are working with. But again, it become a point of where you have to balance. Conclusion: soul care can only impact on an individual if they understand and open up to it. As seen in the presentation, soul care is quite practical and beneficial to us, to the law enforcement and professional in all components of life. Soul care reminds us who we are and how to live with the healthy, with who we are, and what we are doing in life in a daily basis. So the conclusion is we have to blend all of the aspect together and be able to cope with the society and enjoy our career. Thank you so much. Again, like I said, this has been quite an interesting course, and I really enjoy it. This is one of my best courses. Thank you so much, and have a good time. Have a nice Thanksgiving. Thank you.